Salahuddin Ayyubi, a name whispered with reverence by some, recalled with a shudder by others. To the Islamic world, he was a righteous unifier, a sultan who reclaimed Jerusalem from Crusader hands. His name, Yusuf ibn Ayyub, was soon forgotten, replaced by the honorific Salah ad-Din, meaning righteousness of the faith. But history remembers him best as Salahuddin, the Lionheart of Islam. Born into a Kurdish family in a tumultuous era, Salahuddin's life was anything but ordinary. The 12th century Middle East was a chaotic mix of ambition and intrigue. The once mighty Islamic Caliphate fractured, rival dynasties vying for control. The Byzantine Empire, Christian bulwark of the East, teetered on the brink, and from the West came heavily armed pilgrims driven by faith and the promise of land, the Crusaders. This was the world into which Salahuddin was born, a world he would come to shape with his unwavering faith, military genius, and remarkable character. This is the story of the Kurdish warrior who became a sultan, the commander who stared down kings, and the man who, even in victory, embodied the true meaning of chivalry. Salahuddin's early life was marked by displacement. Born in Tikrit, in what is now Iraq, his family, part of the Kurdish Rawadid tribe, was forced to relocate to Mosul. This early upheaval, however, proved to be a blessing in disguise. In Mosul, under the patronage of Imad ad-Din Zengi, the powerful governor of Syria, Salahuddin's father, Najm ad-Din Ayyub, found a position of authority. This provided young Salahuddin with an invaluable opportunity access to a court renowned for its scholarship and military prowess. While he excelled in religious studies and jurisprudence, his heart truly lay with the art of war. He immersed himself in military strategy, studying the tactics of great commanders, both Muslim and Christian. Little did he know that these lessons would one day be tested on battlefields that would determine the fate of empires. Fate, it seemed, had bigger plans for the young man than a life of religious scholarship. When his uncle, Asad ad-Din Shirkuh, a prominent general under Nur ad-Din, Imad ad-Din's ambitious son and successor, requested assistance in a campaign to subdue Egypt, Salahuddin's path took a decisive turn. Leaving the familiar comforts of Mosul, he embarked on a journey that would forever alter the course of his life and the history of the Middle East. The Fatimid Caliphate in Egypt, once a beacon of Islamic power, was on the verge of collapse, weakened by internal strife. Seizing this opportunity, Nur ad-Din dispatched Shirkuh and his promising nephew Salahuddin to bring Egypt under his control. Thus began a series of campaigns that would test Salahuddin's mettle and reveal his strategic brilliance. Egypt, with its fertile Nile Delta and strategic location, was a prize worth fighting for. Salahuddin distinguished himself in the campaigns, his military acumen quickly becoming apparent. He learned to navigate the complexities of Egyptian politics, forging alliances and outmaneuvering rivals. He understood that victory lay not just in military strength but also in shrewd diplomacy and a deep understanding of the human heart. When Shirkuh died in 1169, Salahuddin, at the young age of 31, was appointed vizier of Egypt, effectively becoming the country's ruler. He proved to be a just and effective leader, restoring order, reforming the army, and revitalizing the economy. However, he never forgot his loyalty to Nur ad-Din, formally recognizing his rule from Damascus. This delicate balancing act, navigating the treacherous waters of loyalty and ambition, showcased Salahuddin's political dexterity. Section 4. The Battle for Jerusalem, Hattin's Blaze. Upon Nur ad-Din's death in 1174, Salahuddin faced a pivotal choice. He could consolidate his power in Egypt, creating a strong but localized kingdom. Or, he could answer the call of destiny and unite the fragmented Muslim world under his banner. Driven by a deep sense of faith and a vision of a united Islamic front against the Crusader states, Salahuddin chose the latter. He launched a series of campaigns, bringing Damascus, Aleppo, and other major cities under his control. His dream of a unified empire was becoming a reality. But standing between Salahuddin and his ultimate goal, the liberation of Jerusalem, stood the Crusader Kingdom of Jerusalem, a Christian enclave established a century earlier. The showdown came in the summer of 1187, near the twin peaks of Hattin, overlooking the Sea of Galilee. Salahuddin, a master strategist, lured the Crusader army, led by the arrogant Guy of Lusignan, into a waterless trap. Exhausted, thirsty, and demoralized, the Crusader forces were routed. The Battle of Hattin was a decisive victory for Salahuddin, shattering the myth of Crusader invincibility and paving the way for the recapture of Jerusalem. Section 5. A chivalrous victor mercy after the conquest. In October 1187, after a brief siege, Jerusalem, the holy city revered by Muslims, Christians, and Jews alike, surrendered to Salahuddin. The fall of Jerusalem, which had been under Christian control for 88 years, sent shockwaves through Christendom, leading to the Third Crusade. However, unlike the brutal conquest of Jerusalem by the Crusaders in 1099, Salahuddin's victory was marked by compassion and restraint. He allowed the Christian inhabitants to leave the city safely, offering them safe passage to Christian-held ports. He refused to allow a massacre, famously ordering his soldiers to protect civilians. He even allowed the Christian religious sites to remain untouched, understanding the importance of these sacred places to their respective faiths. This act of mercy, unheard of in those brutal times, solidified Salahuddin's reputation as a chivalrous and honorable leader, a reputation that transcended religious and